Hello everyone and welcome to our weather update on a warm, humid, sultry, balmy Wednesday evening on July 30th, 2025. So today, as I said, has been extremely warm and humid, at least for me in the southeast, and in many areas today of the Midlands, east and south, where it has been a bit sunnier. Temperatures have risen into the low 20s in some areas, up to 23 or even 24 degrees, and that with instability, humidity, and trough coming through tonight, that has provided the energy as shown by this Cape chart here for some big downpours to develop across the east of the country today, and they're currently just fading away and clearing into the Irish Sea. Currently, you can see that we have another area of instability shown by this area of high cloud out here to our west. That is now moving in, and the radar shows a few showers forming within that area of general instability off the west coast. And those are expected tonight to intensify as they track eastwards over the country, giving some quite heavy downpours again, this time more focused in the south. Moving on to the UKV high-res chart, we can see that today's downpours are clearing to the east, and now we have further showers pushing in from the west. Again, anywhere south of the line, really from Galway to Dublin, quite likely to see some showers tonight, heavy at times, but really all areas might catch a bit of drizzle. Tomorrow morning, the last of the rain clears the southeast coast, and brighter skies extend down from the north, along with a few showers, but these showers should be lighter and more scattered than today's showers, as they're associated with much different parameters and a much cooler air mass in general, with a more northwesterly airflow. Now, tomorrow evening, we see quite widespread sunshine forming as the showers do die off. That is away from the north coast, where the showers will keep just peppering those coasts, but again, those should be quite light and scattered. Now we go from July into August on a clear note. So August starts off quite sunny on Friday morning, but through the day, cloud will be bubbling up, and a few showers might bubble up, but these should be light and isolated, and the highest chance of these will be in the north. We go into Saturday, and we stay quite fair really. Some cloud and clear spells, quite variable in amounts. Saturday morning begins on a sunny start. The sunshine lasts for quite a while in the east, however, through the evening, skies do cloud over from the west, and outbreaks of rain follow promptly as well. So Saturday evening is a wet story in Connacht and West Ulster. That rain will be pushing into Leinster into the evening, quite late on, around sunset. Into the overnight period then, we see a more active cold front coming through the country, so all areas see a dose of heavy rain Saturday night into Sunday, and into Sunday itself, well, we see some brighter skies behind the rain, a few showers, but again, these mainly light and scattered, a few heavy ones possible in Ulster, but really it's quite a decent day on Sunday after the rain's gone. Now, okay, here's where it gets really quite interesting. I think I jinxed it with all the ensemble watches for Bank Holiday Monday, but I think there's quite a high chance that we see a named storm. Not calling it yet, but a lot of models are showing an intense area of low pressure somewhere close to us on Monday. So the UKV brings in a spell of heavy rain through the early hours of Monday morning. That clears away by lunchtime, but we're left with strong and gusty winds and a whole host of showers in the afternoon. We'll have to go through those winds in more detail later on. For now, looking at temperatures. Temperatures, you can see tonight will be very muggy, especially in the south. So lows there of about 17 or 16 Celsius. Further north, mid-teens. But very muggy, humid nights for all areas, really. Tomorrow will be a bit cooler than today, given that cold front will be moving southwards, so highs of 17 to 22 degrees. Again, quite warm, but probably just 1 degree down from today in the south. To tomorrow night, we do see a cooler night with clear skies and northwesterly winds, lows of 8 to 11, so relief from the humidity. And Friday should be a cooler day in general, with highs of 16 to 20 Celsius, reaching 20 only locally, really, on the south coast. Into Friday night, Saturday morning, again, chilly towards clearer skies. Saturday itself, a bit warmer in the east, quite widely above 20 Celsius, that is with more sunshine, but cooler in the west, where we do see the rain and cloud advancing. Sunday morning, lows of a very mild 16 or 17 Celsius. These temperatures are highest in the east, where it's cloudier and wetter for longer. And Sunday afternoon, high teens, low 20 Celsius. Again, it's west to east. Westerly winds always mean that the west will be seeing the worst of the temperatures, and the east seeing the best by day, especially if it's sunny in the east. And Monday morning, bank holiday, starts off calm and okay-ish, but won't be long before we see heavy rain going eastwards of the country, and strong winds as well. And must look at those winds as well. Before we do that, humidity, marked difference coming up, marked contrast. You can see, say tonight, very high levels nationwide, but tomorrow they all dip from the north as that drier, much fresher air mass comes through, and much more comfortable by Friday. Now, so winds. Let's get into that juicy detail. So, wind gusts. Yeah. Now, that's just one of the models that UK met. There are loads of others that have different placements and intensities of this, but let's just see what happens. So you can see going into Sunday, nothing too bad. Then Monday 6 a.m, strong winds going onto the west coast. 9 a.m, many areas of the west are about 50 to 65 miles per hour. 12 p.m, many areas of Midlands, West and North Midlands are above 60 miles per hour in gusts, and North Connacht 70 to 90 miles per hour locally in Sligo there. And 3 p.m. Monday, many areas of Leinster, like Connacht, North Munster, South Ulster, above 60 miles per hour. North Leinster, West Ulster, 70 to 80 miles per hour, even more than that in locality. And you can see that is not just on the coastal areas that we're seeing these strong winds. It's inland, even inland in parts of the northeast and North Midlands and northwest, we're seeing wind gusts well above 70 miles per hour. So if this comes off, I wouldn't be surprised to see red warnings in place for this. So this has to be kept an eye on. I remember doing the looking at the ensembles from the GFS for this. About 5 days ago, there was no hint of this. There was more of a chance of the Azores High having an influence, but that is now completely out of the bag, out the question. It's not possible anymore. I think we have a storm to contend with, and I think that if anyone chose any day of the summer to have it on, bank holiday of August is going to be ranked really, really low. Just our luck. Yeah. Again, just one run. There are other possibilities, like that low could just end up for the north. Still wet, windy, yes, but not as stormy, not as disruptive, destructive, all that sort of stuff. Now, moving on to the GFS 12 threads, so you can see what's going on. Got a slight trough coming through tonight, bringing more showers, heavier times in the south. Tomorrow, Thursday, will be cooler with northerly winds, but still quite bright, a few showers. And Friday, same sort of story. Saturday's a bit nicer in the east. That's before the cloud and rain comes in from the west. With that area of low, that's well away towards Iceland. That'll just bring cold front through, really. But it's this low that comes through that might get picked up by the jet stream. And check out the Met Office, the UK Met's, their deep dive and 10-day trend. Also on Friday, they're doing a Weather Studio Live at 12:15 p.m. I'm sure that if this keeps looking as severe as it is, they'll be doing a lot of in-depth detail on this, talking about the jet stream and how it deepens these lows up, cyclogenesis, and the left exit zone, where the low ends up on the colder side of the jet stream, the left side, and undergoes rapid cyclogenesis, basically deepening. So check their channel out for these updates. It's really, really in depth, and I find them fascinating to watch. So going through, you can see the GFS doesn't really do it as much because the low is further south, and therefore doesn't end up in that left exit zone, doesn't get onto the course of the jet, and doesn't undergo that rapid cyclogenesis. So that is the best case scenario. Still wet and breezy, yes, but not destructive. Then into Tuesday, we see a ridge up from the Azores High again, so quite decent for Tuesday. So with Wednesday, one more hot by Thursday, but with thunderstorms possibly. Beyond that, we keep going quite warm, really, into mid-August. So GFS 12 said it's actually quite good, apart from Bank Holiday Monday, but even that is the best case scenario, given what we're seeing. Here's the ECMWF. So ECM tomorrow will be a bit showery in the south, but dry for the north, quite bright by evening. Friday's quite a decent day overall, a bit cooler though. Saturday in the east is the best, west is the worst. And Sunday, cold front comes through early on. But after that, really, I think it's happy days. Now, that is what's happening on Mondays. So if we zoom in to here, the low on Monday at midday is centred towards the Western Isles of Scotland. Strongest winds will impact Ireland, likely in the usual areas of like the west and northern coasts. But still, despite them being in the usual areas, obviously, they'll be very, very destructive no matter where they hit. At this time of year, it's August. There's a lot of temporary structures up there, a lot of tents, everyone's on holiday, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of destruction. If those winds come off, those winds are serious at any point of the year. But as we know, it's summer, so this is a time where they'll be the most serious of all. So definitely one to watch. But all areas, regardless of where the strongest winds hit on this chart, we'll be seeing a battering from rain and winds. So not a good day to be doing your plans on the Bank Holiday Monday. That is like the worst you can get, almost. Tuesday is looking drier and brighter. That'd be a nice day to just tidy up after the storm. Wednesday, I think we're going a bit cloudier and wetter again, also quite humid and warm. With Thursday. Friday's a bit showery and warm. Saturday then just wet, windy. Sunday is alright, really. Then we get the Azores High coming up through the middle part of August there, so more summer weather. I feel like I'm grateful that we're seeing this change in weather. I finally have something now to talk about other than this wild goose chase of the Azores High ridging up. But equally, it's not ideal. But at least I can now not have to find a way to recycle the title for videos that I've been using for 10 days. It's getting annoying. UK map. Okay, so as we know, showers start in the south quite heavy, and tomorrow and Friday are both quite decent days. Then we go into Saturday. East retains sunshine for longest. Comfort comes through Saturday night, Sunday morning. Sunday is quite a nice day. And then, actually, that's the worst chart you can see. This is what the UKV is based off. You can see if we zoom in here, Monday at 12 PM, the low is right over Donegal, and the whole country has been blasted by extremely damaging winds. That goes through by Tuesday, and if that happens, Tuesday will be thankfully at least, quite a nice day, decent day for the recovery effort, and Wednesday will be dry and bright as well. Icon, once again, we know what's happening tomorrow and Friday, quite decent days. As always, will have its influence. A few showers around the yes, but equally a lot of cloud and sunshine, basically a lot of fair weather. Sunday is quite nice as well, after the rain clears away early on. And then, okay, so the icon is like the ECM in some way, but it has the low on Monday at 12 PM, bit for the north again. That is even for the north of Scotland. So, it's very intense, but the strongest winds are kept offshore mostly. Yeah, they are. But still wet and windy, but by evening it's coming down a bit. And that might warrant a yellow warning, but no more than that, really. That came off. And moving beyond that, Yeah, so decent for Tuesday and Wednesday, bit wetter for Thursday, I think, before we go warmer again by Friday and Saturday. Bit thundery maybe by Saturday as well. Okay, so that was a GEM. Did I say icon? I can't remember. I think it's an icon. This is a GEM, sorry guys. This is the icon. This is the icon. So the icon, as we know, very similarly, bringing a trough through tonight. A few showers of that. Tomorrow and Friday, quite nice days. Saturday morning will be quite a decent morning before we see that cold front coming through the afternoon and evening and overnight. Sunday, bright day, but the icon, like the I feel like the icon is like the CM, although it is a core of strong winds kept offshore. It's a more narrow swathe of strong. It's a more narrow swathe of extremely strong winds. Excuse me, but still, I think orange warning might come off if this came off in parts of the north of the country, and that goes away, and we're into more settled weather by comparison. So we're still doing the bank holiday ensembles watch, but instead of like the Azores High watch, we're doing storm watch. Okay, so number one, not too bad, probably just wet windy. Number two, that's not good. That'd be a named storm most likely. Number three, no. Number four, okay, it doesn't really do anything. Number five, still wet windy. Number six, not as bad. Number seven, wet windy. Number 8, not as bad, still wet though. Number 9, probably going to hit afterwards, yet it will. Number 10, wet windy. Number 11, wet and windy. The storm hits earlier, but not as intensely so. Probably just a yellow warning. 13, looking stormy. 14, looking okay. No low at all. 15, looking wet, windy, breezy, but not until Monday night. 16, again, there is uncertainty about timing, but I think, based on the operational runs, that this low will hit on Monday day itself. 17, wet, windy. 18, looking wet and windy. 19, wet and breezy. 20, going stormy. 21, going wet and breezy. 22, looking a bit wet. 23, just looking wet, really. No real deep low, just a little trough. 24, just a trough. 25, wet and windy. 26, wet and breezy. Yeah, so it's not many of these runs are showing them as strong as the operationals do. But equally, these ensembles are in lower resolution. And I think that it's more wise for us to believe what the operations are saying, despite what happened with the Azores High chase. It's failed. You got a storm now, most likely. Oh, at least I can change the title of the video. Finally. But still. Right, moving on. Just to finish off, I think we'll look at the ensemble data. GFS. This is the GFS 12 set ensemble run for upper temperature for Dublin. All 30 of them are graphed right here. And you can see we're currently above average with the upper temperatures. They're going cooler, start of August, a bit warmer by Saturday, cooler by Sunday, Monday, and then going warmer again, possibly by Wednesday, and so on. Just shows you it's changeable, it's unsettled, we're westerly. It's been warm for the past few days, especially in the east. I know that in the west, with this westerly airflow, it's been quite horrible, quite cloudy, overcast, but in the east and south and parts of Midlands, especially east of high ground, we have seen the phone effects, and it's been quite nice, quite pleasant. A lot of beach days for me, but I think that would be ending quite imminently. Yes, but the thing is, the point of this is to show you that a few days ago we had a lot of these ensembles quite high up on the graph. Now they've shifted. Yeah, it's more even. A lot of ensembles have now gone colder, cooler, right? So it's not a done deal. It's less than a done deal than it was just a few days ago. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, so for now, we'll focus on the storm. Once the storm's gone, we'll focus on the recovery. And then we'll focus on the Azores High. Because if the models can't even get the storm right, there's no way they'll get any chance of summer coming back right at this stage. So just watch the space. And I'll see you soon.